Hi guys, welcome. We are finally going to talk about ideas for teaching Howard W. Hunter chapter 15, which is the Sacrament of the Lord's Supper. So be prepared. We got about 4 to 5 ideas. You can find more on the blogs, especially those Passover resources that I know a lot of you are looking for. Alright, we still with me? Okay, so chapter 15. The first idea I have is to start your lesson, or at some point during your lesson, talk about how we prepare for baptism, how we have to repent, how we get interviewed by the bishop, how we prepare ourselves personally. Do we reread the scriptures? We're doing those things that we need to do, keeping the commandments, right? So that's how we prepare for baptism. Well, the sacrament is a renewal of those covenants. So how are we preparing for the sacrament? Are we being worthy, right? That's where the whole being worthy to take the sacrament comes from. Is are we repenting? Are we keeping the commandments? Are we keeping up our bargain? And then partaking of the sacrament in that kind of frame where we're being worthy. I know my connection is weak, you guys. This is the best I can do right now, okay? So just listen to the words. All right, number 2. So yeah, talk about baptism, how you prepare for that, and then how do you prepare for the sacrament, and how we need to take that time to prepare for the sacrament and to make that more of a sacred time for us, okay? So idea number 2 is, here's the one where we get props, okay? I have a bike helmet here. You could do a life jacket. You could do just whatever is a safety feature. Reflectors. You can get multiple things that exhibit some show of safety. So we use a bicycle helmet to protect our heads. It's something that keeps us safe. Well, in section 2 at the end, you can see that Howard W. Hunter refers to the sacrament as a covenant of safety. And so the sacrament is our safety gear. And so you can talk about what that means, a covenant of safety, and how that's been a part of your life. And I really have never thought of it that way. So you can maybe talk about what that means and what kind of safety it is and how that works. Okay, so idea number 3, you could do this one a couple ways. I think it would be really cool if you had time and you have the skills to kind of make a video beforehand where you interview several people in different life stages. You interview a child, you interview maybe a young mom, maybe you interview a grandpa, and you ask them the same question and put it together to show in your class, where you ask them what the sacrament means to them. And if you can't do a video, that's okay, but you could maybe show the kids' video. There's a new one about the sacrament on LDS.org. And so you could show a little clip from that, and then you can ask for some volunteers in your class to come up and share what the sacrament means to them. What things do they think about during the sacrament? How does it influence them the rest of the week? And just show those different viewpoints, because the sacrament is for us, since they're 8 years old, right? That since they get baptized. And so how does that change, and how does that meaning change, and how does it stay the same, and how is it so universal in that way? Okay, idea number 4. And one of the things that I really like about the sacrament is they always are talking about that word remember. So remember to keep his name always. So this is when you can use that handout that I gave you with the blog post, is always remember him. And how we do that. So during the sacrament, what are we remembering? What are we thinking of? And how does it change as we remember Jesus Christ instead of thinking about other things? During the week, how do we remember him? During hard times, how do we remember him? During the good times, how do we remember him? And how that remembering changes that experience. Like when we're happy, when we remember Christ while we're happy, that experience is more. It's more joyous. And when we're having hard times and we remember Christ, we get through those hard times easier. So talk about how remembering really applies to our lives, because sometimes we just say that word without understanding the application of it and the effect of it. All right, last idea, number 5, is there's the phrase living bread and water, right? We have the bread and the water for the sacrament, and then Jesus Christ is the living bread and water. And I was thinking about this a lot with Pioneer Day, and how they endured the early pioneers in the church endured so many persecutions, getting kicked out, tarred and feathers, those types of things. And then some of the people in the handcart companies, the Martin and Willie handcart companies, and even the other ones, the trials that they endured to get across the plains, and why were they willing to do that, and how were they able to keep going when they, didn't have any food left. It's the living bread and the water that sustained them. It was their faith, their fire of the covenant that helped them continue on. And you can talk about how that can help us as well, having that living bread and water, and how that sustains us. Okay, so those are some more ideas. I hope it helps. Thanks for sticking with me, even though you can only hear some of these parts. I appreciate it. You guys have a great week, and I'll try to get chapter 16 video up later this week, okay? Bye.